Yeah.
So I don't have to sleep.
I think Saiki just falls in to that category of anime for me, where people say it's good, it sounds interesting to me, but I can't get over the art style, and that's a very unfortunate side effect that sometimes just happens when I try to watch anime. Some anime I just can't stick through art style. And some animes I can.
I honestly agree. To an extent, aesthetically speaking, you know, I'm definitely a stickler for that, which, you know, I guess makes sense considering.
Yeah, it's just the weird part for me is that it's like it's not concrete. Like there are some anime that look like garbage, but I can sit through it, and like some anime that look better than the anime that I can sit through. Is like there's just something about it that off-puts it just enough that I go, I can't watch it. And then I feel it's unfortunate because it sounds like it would be a good time.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. There are some shows that I just don't like the appeal of it. But I will say, I wasn't a fan of JoJo's at first, visually speaking.
Did not expect to see a bloody creeper.
But I really like the art style, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really like parts 1 through 3 super well, but... You know.
How can you not like part 2? That's...
Not part 2 in general, I'm talking about its art style.
No, you're talking about the art style, okay. I'm like, part 1, I could see where you're coming from. I almost dropped the anime because of part 1. Well...
Joestar.
I mean, he's my favorite Joestar, but I don't know if part 2 is my favorite. I think it's my, like, 3rd favorite part. I think 7 is my favorite part of JoJo.
What?
Mine's
70 parts of JoJo?
7 is his favorite part.
70? What the fuck? No, that's like One Piece, and One Piece got like 70 parts.
I'd probably say 725 or 752. They can kind of swap around between 5 and 2.
I'm glad that you're also a 5 connoisseur, such as myself.
I mean, yeah, 5 is great. 5 is the first part that I swapped the manga to read. Because it was after I finished watching part 4.
Yeah, well, I had a similar thing. I when I got into it, part 4 had been out for like a year, and so when I caught up, I was like, I'll just wait until part 5 gets announced, and everyone was like, it's not gonna get announced, and I'm like, it will, and then it did.
it's not
but then as soon as part 5 came out, I'm like, all right, I'm getting into part 6, and I read all of part 6. And then I took a few years, and then I've finally read. I'm completely up to date now.
Yeah, I was waiting to watch part 8 read part 8 because every other part I had started when it was finished, so I was able to read it all. And it's like with JoJo's, I'm like, no, you can't cliffhanger me in JoJo's. I will not accept this.
Luckily, when I got into part 8, I had what's the word? There was only like 2 chapters left, so I only had to only like wait like 2 months basically to catch up on it.
But I was like, you're telling me Iraqi does part 8 and it's not weekly? I'll wait until part 8's done.
Yeah.
It would like fuck my brain up to be like, you can't end this here, Iraqi, and he's like, haha, cliffhanger, go burr. Come back in a few months, and then maybe you'll find out what happens.
Are you fully up to date?
No, I still haven't read part 8 yet.
Alright. I won't say anything. What's your tier list?
For
all of them, all parts.
So part-wise.
Yeah.
Now, I don't hate any of the parts. That's an important thing to state. I definitely think
no, I don't.
I definitely think part 1 is the weakest. Only because it's slow. Like, literally only because it's slow.
Yeah.
Like, the aesthetics and, like, everything else is great. But I did almost drop it because it just felt like nothing was happening.
Dude, that's exactly how I started. I started watching it, and I was like, I got like 5-10 episodes in or so. Well, no, I know there's 10 episodes, but I was like, I can't stand watching this anymore. I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah, then I think I'd say Part 3, Season 1, then 6, then Part 3, Season 2, then 4, then probably 2, 5, 7.
Well, damn! I thought the cows would be ready, but they're gone. The episode have a stack of meat.
I think Mabeanie got them, and then they weren't fed again.
Yeah.
I don't have a stack of wheat, but I got this, or meat, but I got some of this.
Thanks. That'll do for now. I think mine is I like 8, then 5, then 4, then 6, 2, 3, 1. I think, provided I didn't forget any.
No, that seems like you got all of them. Wait, no, I don't. Did you say 7?
Oh yeah. Where would I put 7? I don't know. I don't know. I feel very conflicted on 7. I have conflicting feelings on it. It's complicated.
It's fair, but it does have the best JoJo villain in the entire series, barring maybe Part 8, because I haven't read Part 8. But Funny Valentine.
Oh no, he's definitely better than Part 8's villain. I'll tell you that fucking much.
Wait, is the meme true? Like, even though it's ended, do we still not actually have a villain in Part 8?
We did get a villain, but the problem is... But here's the thing. The reason that the meme went on for longer than it probably should is because even when we got the villain, people were like, he's not the villain, but he was.
Oh.
I like Kira more.
Kira is definitely a close second for me, but... I just edge Funny Valentine a little bit more.
So here's my thing with Part 7, and this is 100% probably on me. But the thing is, when I got into the series, everyone was like, dude, Part 7 though. And I was like, oh yeah, is it good? And people were like, dude, it's the best thing to ever to grace God's green earth. I'm like, oh, well, that's alright. I mean, I'll get up to it eventually. And they're like, nah, dude, you should honestly speed read all the way up to it, or just skip parts. And I was like, oh, wow, that's really good.
See,
I start getting recommended all these videos saying Part 7 is the greatest part ever. Maybe even one of the best written pieces of literature of ever. And it's like, oh, wow, it's Araki's magnum opus. It's the best thing. Like, Part 7, the best villain, the best Jojo, the best arcs, the best everything. I was like, okay, wow, I can't wait to get up to it. Expectations sky high. And I read it, and I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah, there is definitely that subset of people, but I didn't get overhyped on it, so I had more of a normalized reaction to it, which is obviously a better thing to not get overhyped on something from other people's perspectives. Well, it's not really a thing that you can avoid. It just happens.
So the thing is, I just don't trust what I think about it, because I think that my opinions were skewed a bit too much. And I was a little underwhelmed as a result. I was kind of expecting it to mind blow me. And
I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing as when I watched Kill la Kill. Because you got, like, Ben and other people who are like, oh, this is, like, probably the best anime ever fucking made. He's fucking perfect masterpiece, 10 out of 10. And I watched it and I'm like, yeah. I watched it and I'm like, this is like a 7 out of 10. This is a bit overrated.
Yeah. I was able to watch Kill la Kill without being too influenced, and I didn't do it quite a lot.
And before you say any smart-ass comment, because I see you staring in that direction, it's not just going to be a fucking Xbox Series 1X of wood, alright? There's gonna be shit on it when I finish it, okay?
I just wanted you to know that I was looking at myself the whole time. I got the F5 mode on. So I was looking at you. Now I'm looking at it. It doesn't look that horrendous. It kind of blends in with the mountain a little.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not just going to be a rectangle.
This time I've actually got some stuff that I want to do in between. So maybe there'll be a couple of things that I did. Maybe. Just maybe. The Mabeanie stuff I'm presuming is like 1,000,000 miles away.
Yeah, it's not really anything. I can wait till next time.
But what did you... What? You can't bring up the idea of everyone showing off what they did and then say no yourself.
Maybe you guys did something more interesting.
I don't know. All I did was just
basically nothing interesting.
Make a sphere.
Frank just made like 10 levels of his farm. You made a sphere?
Yeah. I did. Well, that's what the Nether portal room looks like, but it's not even done yet. I've still got more to it that I want to do.
Well, we'll do that next time then.
Your Minecraft doesn't even have real water like mine does.
What?
Look at that water, though.
Hang on a second, it's gonna take me a little bit.
Jesus Christ! What's the wind is going crazy?
Yeah, it got high winds today.
Sticky keys. No, go on.
We should harmonize an outro on that. Just us doing it. We'll see you guys later.
See ya. Hashtag justice for Waluigi.